So this is the point where you can shed more light on how to utilize LinkedIn for job searching and how you can even connect with people on LinkedIn. How do you even reach out to them? How do you search for these people? How do you search for those jobs? How can you place yourself right on LinkedIn? So this is going to be, if you're watching this, if you're just seeing this part, this is us, Amara talking everything LinkedIn. So we just need all the strategies because I believe most people are so focused on finding an admission, getting their visa approved, coming to the US, and forget that it is a different thing once you are about to graduate or even after you've graduated.
So LinkedIn. I would say that, see, this job search thing is wild. Searching for a job is literally, searching for a job, I would say, is literally a job on its own. It's a full-time job on its own. I'm never going to lie. I remember like when I started searching for a job, first of all, you have to deal with a lot of rejections, learning and unlearning. It's crazy, very crazy. But there's a good side to it. You learn. As you search, you learn. But some people don't give you feedback. So like I said, I go back to mentorship again. Most times I had to reach out to people on LinkedIn. And for me, I call it tearing down the walls, where people are saying no, we have to find yes. There has to be yes. There just has to be someone that is willing to help me. And that's how I knew about, like, if you're in a school of business, you know that there's a lot of networking that happens there. Business is networking in itself. So I just had to channel that part of me to just start learning about networking and like finding people. Like I already knew how to finesse and like just easily make friends and just sweet talk people. If it works, if we flow, we flow. If we don't flow, then I know that my jazz did not work on me and then it's fine. So LinkedIn was like a whole different ballgame for me. Like I had to teach myself LinkedIn in a whole new light. So I would say first things first, there's something called a recruiter. There's someone called a recruiter, and there's something called a campus recruiter. Campus recruiter are basically those who recruit for their organization in different campuses. So say, for example, T-Mobile posts a job on Handshake. The person posting is likely on your school's Handshake. And funny enough, if you don't know, they pay to be there. I mean, at least from what I've learned, they pay for these platforms. They pay to hire the best graduates. Like they pay to be on these platforms. So when you see them making a big deal about career fairs, because employers have already got an agreement that we want to see your best and brightest, like today. So of them could say, hey, I'm looking for accounting majors. I'm looking for engineering. I'm looking for cybersecurity. I'm looking for people in mass communications. I'm looking for people in biology, research, public health. They already know what they're looking for. So I'm going to use T-Mobile, for example. I really badly wanted a T-Mobile internship. I think this was sometime in 2019, 2020. I wanted a T-Mobile internship. So that was the first place my LinkedIn skills came handy. I went to Handshake. I saw the person that posted the job. I carried his name and I pasted it on LinkedIn. This is the beginning of LinkedIn. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just to show you how this works.
The way you're smiling, I'm like, this thing
is just interesting because LinkedIn is a stalking affair. I call myself a stalker when it comes to finding employers.
Oh my God.
So if your school has Handshake, there's a job poster. Even for a lot of applications, Way Up, Job Well, a couple of them. Way Up is another one that I'll recommend. Way Up is good because sometimes you hear back from employers within 24 hours. And sometimes Way Up interviews on behalf of the employer and your next stage. When they vet you and you're good, the employer will now interview you next. So that's what I'm talking about Way Up, because I've had like a successful interview with Way Up before, but by the time I got there, they told me that the position was filled. So they did not tell Way Up on time to stop interviewing because they had filled the position. So by the time I had passed, hoping that I would land a nice job, I was excited for the role. The role was in California, and I was supposed to, It was in California, but I could work remote. And the truth was, I was traveling to California that
You didn't
Christmas.
even mind going to California, self moving, really.
To be honest, I actually mind living in California. I really mind. Standard of living is
Really?
not worth it. The standard of living is just too high.
Yeah.
It's too high that California people are moving to Texas. I hope you guys are aware. Coming to Austin. Austin is the new Silicon Valley, possibly, but a lot of people are moving here. And Austin is beautiful. It's quite nature friendly, youthful vibe, but let's go back to LinkedIn. So there's a job poster, like I said. So you want to look up the job poster. So the job poster, say the job poster is Valeen Oseh. You would type Valeen Oseh and say she works with T-Mobile, type Valeen Oseh, campus recruiter, T-Mobile. And a lot of campus recruiters will come up from different companies. A lot of Valeen Osehs will come up and you will see Valeen's profile. The thing about LinkedIn is that LinkedIn doesn't like gossip. LinkedIn will tell them that you viewed their profile. So
Crazy.
just so you know, when you're stalking people and when people want to know more about you, they go and find you on LinkedIn. Thanks to incognito browser mode. So when I want to find somebody first, I go in incognito private browser. But then private browser will not show you everything in LinkedIn. It'll say login. But then I've already gotten what I want to get from the first. So browsing in private mode can keep you mute. Like you can keep them from discovering who, even if they pay for LinkedIn Premium. So that's another tip I can give you when you want to stalk people and you don't want them to know you're stalking them. This is for employers. And it's not stalking. I'm calling it stalking because I find it funny. When I tell people about like my LinkedIn search, I say I stalk, die. So I will stalk and stalk. I will even find out the next person that stays in your office through LinkedIn. I think that happened with that. It was T-Mobile that caused all these things. So I said, the same network will find you. Your network is your network to find you job, right? Let's find this man. I found him on LinkedIn. I might not be working in T-Mobile now, but I'll tell you that it goes a long way. So I don't know, is this point where I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just trying to see who I'll search for now. Valeen, is your profile updated on LinkedIn?
Yeah, it is. But I was hoping maybe more like something actual, something
Okay.
real.
Say I'm just going to try and experiment and let's see how it works.
This is somebody with,
I don't know if I want to reveal the person that I found on LinkedIn, you know.
I can cover the name, no, but we can do someone random, or we can, I mean, it's not,
Okay,
it's not a
say
bad,
I'm looking for a job in T-Mobile still. I'm
yes,
just looking for
exactly,
because that's
because
worked for me.
random, yeah,
So can you see my screen?
it's loading.
So this is my profile. This is what you want to look like. Seeking a full-time position to build a company's business operations and develop new business opportunities. I see myself as an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm interested in business operations because I have experience working in business operations. And this is the goal. So first things first, you need to know about LinkedIn before I show you how to search is like, share, and comment on people's posts. It goes a long way to increase your algorithm, your footprint on the site, and people would notice you more. So the reason why employers would see you is because you've been actively engaging. And when your profile shows up, it's going to show up as this bio right here. You see this bio. So you want to make sure that your bio says who you are and what you're looking for. So when they see this, they're basically like, oh, we have a job, let's reach out to this girl. Well, if you just build a LinkedIn profile and you don't comment, you don't like anybody's post, you don't do any of that, I'm sorry for you, you might be very unsuccessful. So try and spend 5 minutes every day in LinkedIn at least, liking posts that you're interested in, not just any post like this post. Receive the graduate school citation for excellence in teaching. I might not like it, but I might see something. Bird is growing quickly, and my team is hiring engagement manager, preferably based in Washington, D.C. or NYC. We're looking for someone with relationship management experience who enjoys using data to solve problems. This is a post I want to like, because this is a job posting. Someone is going to see, the person who posted it will see who likes their post. And if they're interested, they might reach out to me and say, hey, who is this girl? Look at her bio. She's seeking for opportunity. She might be interested in this, so I'll reach out to her. So that's one. And I know the person who likes this post. Apparently, the person who is looking for someone as an engagement manager is not in my network. But when your network likes a post for someone that is not in your network, it will show up on your timeline. And that's something you should bear in mind. So I just showed you an example of how I like posts. And another thing I can do is I can go ahead and type great opportunity, or I know someone I can follow. These are possible suggestions. Or if I don't like suggestions, I could just type awesome. And maybe I could just say something like, wow, I've had Bird, I see how much Bird is doing. I could just do some shalaye and just look up Bird company, because I know, I believe they're a scooter company. They have a lot of scooters in Austin. So one thing I can do is Bird trajectory data growth, and I'll see like some news about them. I could just go there and type, wow, Bird's growth in over 5 years is commendable, given the fact that pandemic came and struck, is still a thriving company. I'm impressed. I would like to work for this company. Or I'll say, I'll definitely recommend a colleague to work here. So I can put that. I'll sound very professional, sound very uptight. Well, not uptight. I'll sound like I know what I'm saying. So whoever comments or likes on this post, in fact, this post now is going far and wide, because first of all, this lady is not in my network. So no matter whoever likes or shares it, will see my comments. Now, do you see how far your LinkedIn is going? You're going beyond your own network, and you're going into other people's accounts, because whoever comes across, whoever is in her network must see your comments. They go to view comments, they will see your comment, because they'll say, this person shared a post, somebody reacted to this person liked it. And that's how you grow on LinkedIn. So just imagine if you did this twice a week or 3 times in a week to every post that you saw, you might gain a very good advantage. Another thing is LinkedIn Premium. Use the LinkedIn free trial. That's one thing. Feel free to use the premium trial. It helps you send email to employers that are not in your network, or anybody that's not in your network. So, because when you don't have premium, there's a level to which you can communicate to people. So now let's talk about the search. For example, say I saw a job on LinkedIn, and I saw a job on LinkedIn, on Handshake. And in this job, so I saw a job on Handshake, T-Mobile internship, and I saw the campus recruiter's name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type T-Mobile campus recruiter. I'm going to hit enter. Now, all the people that are related somewhat or that have worked with T-Mobile will start showing up. Past recruiter at College of the Desert. Now they're currently sales rep at T-Mobile. Corporate recruiter. This one is a human resource associate at Pearson Online. They probably would have worked with T-Mobile in the past. Now, travel nurse recruiter. Now all the recruiters are coming up, but I want to be a little bit more specific. I could type internship. Senior manager, university recruiting programs at Kemper. Now what you want to do is to connect with these people. And sometimes you might not be able to connect with some people. Now this person is a recruiter at Tesla. You need to be careful, because look at who they are connected with. You need to see, sometimes they tell you who their mutual connections are, who are the alumni that have worked here. The closest person you want to reach out to are alumni that have worked, or sometimes you can just tap connect. Go ahead and view their profile. See, if I view this person's profile, like I'm calling for, like they're definitely going to know, but let's go ahead and view their profile. Now, So now look at this person's profile. You go down to their experience. They work in Kemper full-time, present. What are they? Senior manager in university recruiting and programs. Senior university relations manager, T-Mobile. We see why they came up in our search, because they had worked with T-Mobile before from 2015 to 2020, 4 years and 11 months, and they were a university relations manager. They were not then they were once a campus recruiter at Capital One. Now it shows that this person might be able to connect you to someone who is currently a campus recruiter. Do you get? So what you have to do is to just shoot your shots, connect with them. LinkedIn is a place of shooting shots. So yeah. Valeen, I was going to say, would you like more demo?
Yeah, sure. If you're open to that. Like
Let's see.
when you want to like actually reach out to a recruiter, what do you say to the recruiter?
Okay.
And also
Yeah.
when you want to connect with someone in your field, maybe the person is not necessarily like, let's say we're looking for a job, we're interested in one of the roles at T-Mobile and we applied. How do you reach out to the people that are currently working at T-Mobile, and how do you market yourself to them? What do you say to them? What are the kind of
Okay.
conversations you can have back and forth?
I would want to pull up my messages now. So say for example, now I want to reach out to this because they are a university recruiter at Kemper, but we want T-Mobile. And what I would say is, first of all, introduce yourself. Be straight to the point. These people don't have time. Hello, my name is Amarchi Ofor. I am currently a recent graduate from the Communications Management Program at UAB. I'm interested in being an intern for the summer 2021, and I do see that job postings that T-Mobile has posted their jobs for this. And I would like to get a sense of what this internship would look like. I know there's a job description, but what does a day in the life of this role look like? I just really want to be sure that this is something I want to do because I'm really interested in T-Mobile, but I want to know more about the operations internship that T-Mobile is offering. I know that you don't work at T-Mobile currently because she doesn't work at T-Mobile currently, but you used to work as a relations manager. Is there any way you could give me a guide just to this? I would really appreciate your help. So in that message, you've introduced yourself. You're not just a stalker, you're a recent graduate and you're looking for internships. Now you've accepted that I know you don't work at T-Mobile, but I do see that you've worked there in the past. Is there any way you'll be able to connect me? See the words they can say, So when I say that, thank you, I could put like, thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback. Here is my phone number and here is my email address. You can put like, thanks, Amarchi for comma, brackets, you can put your phone number. If you feel comfortable leaving your phone number, you can say, when would you be able to schedule a time to tell me about like, okay, say you don't even want to know about the internship or you just want to know, hey, I see you worked in T-Mobile. What is T-Mobile culture really like? I really would want to know more. I've heard so much about them. I've liked them so much, but I want to know because you've worked there. Can we schedule a time? Would you be able to schedule a time with me to talk more and let me know about what the culture there is at T-Mobile? What are their internships like, given the fact that you've been a university relations manager? And then they might say, hi, Amarchi, thank you for reaching out. It's been a crazy day. I'm sorry. Some of them say, I'm sorry, I'm responding 2 weeks later. You have to be very patient. Your patience game needs to be high up when you're doing LinkedIn because these people are working and not everybody uses LinkedIn at work. Some of them use it for, touching base with other networks, connecting, hiring. Not everyone is always on their LinkedIn, so you need to give them grace to respond. When they respond, this is what their response looks like sometimes. Hi, thank you for reaching out. Unfortunately, I've been away from the office. Can we schedule a time? I'm happy to help you and tell you more about T-Mobile's culture. Can we schedule a time next week? When are you free? What's your schedule? I mean, I'm like, well, I don't have schedule. Let's go by your schedule. When are you free? It's like you're working, I'm not working. So you're more flexible. I'm more flexible than you are. She's like, okay, here's my calendar. Schedule a time. Let me know what your phone number is. Would you prefer phone number? Would you prefer a Zoom meeting? And they will reach out to you. Meanwhile, some people would give you all the information on chat. They wouldn't want to go further with like a call or anything with you. They'll just give you the information, bam. So do what you may with the information. Do you get? So they'll just tell you, hey, T-Mobile is a sweet company. Unfortunately, I do not work there anymore. I'm currently at Kemper, as you see on my profile. But I'm happy to connect you to Judy. Judy does not exist. I'm just making up a name that could possibly, like, I'm happy to connect you with Judy. Here's a this. And then some of them might form like a group chat and tell you, hi, Judy. I just met Amarachi off of LinkedIn, and she would like to know more about T-Mobile and the internships that are being offered. Would you be able to schedule a time to tell her more? I do believe that you'd be in the best position because, as you see, I no longer work there. Would you be able to help her understand this better? And then that's that. So those are the type of responses you'd be expecting. So, and then say, for example, I'm going to share another response I got. There was somebody I reached out to for opportunities at a company. I sent them a template. Hi, I see that you work there. I'm looking for roles in, say for example, I'm looking for roles in communications, operations, or business strategy for this company. Would you be able to refer me to a couple that I can apply, or are you hiring or something? These are just different ways to shoot my shots. And then she reached out back and said, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. Unfortunately, we do not have any entry-level roles at this time. She was not at there, she was in a different branch. How will you tell me that you're not hiring? But I'm just telling you that some people are quite salty on LinkedIn. So don't expect the best responses. She now said that you should check Facebook, Google, and a couple of other companies. When you gain experience, then you can come in as experienced hire. I'm like, okay. Then she called it there's something she called it, there's a name she called it, FANG employers. So because those people have like, probably they are known to have like all those entry level roles and stuff, and maybe she hires for like, she posts experience higher positions. She's just saying that you might want to go there and get some experience, or go to like an advertising company and get some experience before coming back like to me. So for me, I felt like that was a little bit rude, because I didn't talk about Facebook in my message with you. I talked about your company. The best you can tell me is, currently, I do not know of any openings. But she said she doesn't know any openings, and she now recommended me to another company entirely to try. Like, how does that correlate? Do you get why I say somewhat rude? Because it's like you're throwing me, like you're telling me that there's nothing for you here. You didn't even say look for internships or look for this. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm saying it's rude because what the answer she gave me was wrong. And I knew there were jobs. She just needed to tell me that she's not aware of anyone based on the position that she occupies. So that's what like LinkedIn responses look like. So I'm going to try searching for something. So another way to, let me go back to my profile. So another way to set up your LinkedIn for success is let us know where you've worked. So I worked at Collard School of Business, and it's on my bio. I went to UAB, it's on my bio. And you need to put your location. Currently, I put Austin, Texas as my location. So whoever reached out to me knows that this is where. And also, it goes a long way to affect your algorithm. And here, I put like the roles that I'm interested in, of which I edit with time. Also, my dashboard, you see 62 people who viewed your profile, 347 views, 34 appearances. So if you see what I'm saying. And then you want to make sure that your first two lines on your about speaks to who you are. So here I have dedicated marketing and business professional with over 2 years experience, adept at providing business solutions and strategy in a dynamic world of information technology, alongside using IT to tackle disruptive innovation, profound research experience, business and communication, skilled in ICT. I mean, it's been a while I updated my profile, but this is something that your first about needs to speak to. So if you go, if you look here, you see your activity. This is how active I am. Always commenting, always, don't ever take commenting as a petty thing. Make sure, feel free to comment on people's, because it goes a long way to help your algorithm. and it puts you there. So another thing about LinkedIn is that LinkedIn has a lot of events, using hashtags when you post, try and create posts. So use of groups. So these are groups that I joined at the time. So I joined Global Marketing Communications, a lot of groups. So we can search for, let me teach you how to search for a group. Say you're in the business field and you're trying to join, going to the project management line and you want to know more. You can join groups, say project management group. So let's see, in people. So project management leadership group. So one thing that you can follow this group, you can visit the website. And whenever they post anything, you always see their posts. So I'm basically talking about like all these groups that I joined. I mean, right now I don't check them every time, but at the time when I joined them, it was based on like what I was looking for, and I was looking for information. So there are so many resources on LinkedIn. So if you ever want to say you want a job in Microsoft now, we want to connect with somebody in Microsoft to tell us to, the first thing I would say is just type Microsoft manager. When you type Microsoft manager, just hit enter. Now it's going to tell you everybody that you can connect with. Program manager at Microsoft, program manager at Microsoft, program manager at Microsoft. Are you seeing? Now it's going to show you jobs as well. So what would you do? Connect. There are a lot of other people and their locations. So say you're looking for someone in, this one is in Tennessee, this one is in Greater Houston, this one is in Seattle, Washington, this one is in Austin, Texas, business program manager. Connect with these people. Hi, my name is Marchi. I'm looking for an internship opportunity in Microsoft. I love the culture there. I've heard so much about Microsoft.
Internship focus. You love this internship.
Okay. I keep talking about internship because that was where my hustling with this thing. So say, for example, this person is a program manager. Hi, I'm currently interested in being a program manager at Microsoft, and I do see that you've worked there for 2 years. Would you be able to schedule a meeting with me? Don't start, let them know what you're looking for first. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is this, recent graduate, seeking for new opportunities, and I'm currently interested in being a program manager at Microsoft. And I would like to know what a day in your life is in that role. What does that role, what do you really do? I want to know if this is in line with my career goal. Would you be able to schedule a time to talk to me more about the program manager role? How do I get in? How did you get in? Is there opportunity for growth? Be open, ask them. The worst they can say is no. Some people reach out and say, hi, I'm happy to tell you about this. Funny enough, they might tell you that, oh, there's an opening currently at the Seattle area. If you're interested, I could go ahead and refer you. Maybe by the time you've had like 1 or 2 meetings with them, they might feel comfortable with like referring you, because some of them are paid for referring. Like if they eventually hire the person they referred, they're going to get money from it, you know. So that's another thing. So these are like one of the ways I've been able to connect. So if you look at my connection, I have connected to a lot of companies. And let me tell you what my T-Mobile connection did for me. So there was a time, so I started talking to the campus recruiter, started asking questions about the job, internship that I've applied, will I get in? In fact, even the questions I shouldn't have asked, then I was still learning. I asked a lot of questions. So do you know what happened, luckily? One day I woke up to an email from him telling me that there was a position open for an operations management intern, business operations intern. At the time when I was looking for internship, that would I be interested? If I'm interested, he'll forward my CV, my resume to that department. And I said, yes, sure, please forward. And then what he did was to forward it. Then he didn't reach out back to me. And then I just knew that something had gone wrong. When I reached out back to him, I said, I didn't hear back from him. He said, unfortunately, the position has been filled, but if I do see something else, I would let you know. why would a recruiter see the need to reach out to me if I had not been connecting with them? They don't know you, so you have to make them know you. So even at that time, even if it's, so it took me how many months before he reached out to me? Like, I think we started connecting maybe in January or so. Sometime in March, he reached out to me regarding that position. So you just have to connect ahead of time. If something comes up, so far as you're in touch with them, don't wait till you need something too badly. So far as you're in touch with them, somebody will reach out to you. That's something. And the other hand is post, like, express yourself, because is your profile they'll use to judge if you're a good fit for what their company is looking for. They'll reach out to you first and want to interview you if they see that, like I said, the more you like, share, create your post, your algorithm and your footprint increases so much on the LinkedIn space, and people get to notice you more and view your profile. I've had a couple of employers reach out to me. I'll see the role and I will not even respond because I'm like, what's this? And then some I'll see the role. Not be saying Cherry Cambia, but you have to scale up and down with little to no accommodation. What's that role that lifting 30 pounds?
I'm like, why are you people okay? Is that
scaling up and down the ladder? You manage a warehouse, you will lead a team. I say, I beg. Let me not go and make the money that I will not have time to spend. Please. And my back will now break. Scaling up and down the ladder with little to no accommodation. What was that?
Teach us that one in school. That's what I'm asking.
So I'm just like, there are a lot of people will reach out to you. Like now I have a message that is pending. I'm just thinking, how do I respond to this lady and tell her that I don't want this role? Because I've reached that point in my life where I know the roles I want, and I know the roles I don't want. Yes, would you have to go through some roles I don't want to get to where you want? Sometimes, but there are just some that are not worth it. Being international. Some will already tell you, like someone invited me to an event, a recruiting event last week. And I was on that event, I already knew. I said, do you sponsor visas? Because they said no. I just said, well, there was no point of me coming here because they told me that they only hire citizens. I'm like, then why am I even here?
Yeah. Didn't you, when you reached out to you, didn't you research to find out if they sponsor before even going?
So the thing about that recruiting event is that it was a good friend of mine. I would call him a mentor who I can count on, who referred me to that thing. So, there are some people that when they recommend something for you, don't question them, you just attend. You honor the invitation before you go and say that I researched and I realized that I went to the event.
Nobody would invite you. Yeah.
Do you get? So another thing is that there are also some jobs where you qualify because you attended like a recruiting event. Because when you're applying, they'll say, how did you hear about us? It goes a long way because that you must have been so interested that you even attended our information session. I've even listened to a podcast where a girl, like, she got an upper hand for attending an information session because you're saying that's what she's about them. Because not everybody has access to that informational session. It was a whole conference that she attended, and that's how she got an upper hand. Like, she got like a second round of the interview because not everybody knows that there's a conference. But for you to search so much that you went for a conference to know about this job, that means you're interested. That means we want to know what you really want to, that what you want to provide in this space. Like, how resourceful are you? What do we even need from you? What are you offering? They're interested in knowing, because if you went so far to dig about them, they want to know more. Do you get? So basically, was it just told me that they don't take international. Some people tell you, we take people on OPT, we take people on CPT. Some people will tell you they don't even want to hear it. That's another thing about this country. Being an international is like something some companies never want to hear with their ears. They feel like it's so complicated and they never want to walk down that path. So it's something that we should also keep in mind. But yeah, that's about like LinkedIn experience. So change your location, update your profile, like, share on posts. If you're bored, create a post. I remember one time like that, I was thinking about a problem in like the clothing industry and like the e-commerce industry, about how like people keep getting wrong orders at this time. They'll say, this is not what I ordered. This is not about what I ordered versus what I got. This is actually a case of you order like blue trousers and you get yellow, or you order Nikes and you get Adidas. This is a case of like there's something wrong with the data system. Who messes up? At what point in that supply chain do they change your orders, or do they give you something wrong? Is it that the person on GC is not paying attention, or is it that they actually saw that you wanted yellow, or is it that they didn't have yellow and they put red for you? Do you get? So I thought about it and I made a post on LinkedIn. Hi, LinkedIn network. I'll need your opinion on this. How can we solve the issue of this inventory management and people going about receiving wrong orders? Is there a data system? What can we fix? I'm open to ideas. Let's talk about this. And some people actually responded. Some people did not respond. But guess what? That post, whoever likes that post, whoever sees that post, will give me traffic somewhere else.
Yeah.
And if they see that this is what she's passionate about, this is what she's talking about, you might see a rule come up. Hey, I see that you talked about this. We actually have a rule where you can be able to solve more problems in this area that you talked about. Would you be interested in talking to me or learning more about it? So don't take advantage of your ideas. The things going on here, the way you go and tweet randomly is the way you should actually be posting on LinkedIn, but apply wisdom on LinkedIn, because you don't want to tweet that, my belly, or I'm feeling pregnant. You don't want to go and be saying anything on LinkedIn. You just want to be careful what you say on LinkedIn, because this is a serious platform. But another thing is, never be ashamed. Let me see, I'm going to stop my screen sharing. So another thing you want to know is that never be ashamed of sharing information on LinkedIn. So even if you're a YouTuber, if you see a post that you feel like one of these days, share this thing, because you're a content creator. There may be somebody out there looking for someone to boost their communication team and give them traffic based on, now there's this conversation about millennials, Gen Z, and all these other things that are going on. One of the guys I was talking about that I mentioned, he actually saw my Instagram and saw that I did YouTube, and he was like, well, they could use a lot of this in student engagement, and would I be interested in stuff like that if a position opens up? And I'm like, oh sure, I'm willing to put in. So never take advantage of any of your hustles. Never take advantage. Always find a way to fine-tune your hustles into the job space to go a long way. Are you a small business owner? You can fine-tune your thing to say, hey, I cater for say you do clothing, I say I cater for like the minorities, I cater for women, plus size women, and I'm driving this agenda. Don't ever take advantage of any of your hustles. Don't ever look down on any of your hustles, because the places I found myself in, there are things that people would never like think would set you apart that has set me apart. So am I where I want to be? No. Am I making progress? Yes. So that's it.